This is my 4K UHD Blu-ray collection update for the months of July and August. So if you couldn't tell by that little intro part, I got pretty few titles. I went a little crazy with the 4Ks this month, but I'm gonna, take it a little soft. I want to plan on getting an LG OLED, the C1 edition. Let me know, should I get the C1? Should I get the CX? I was looking at the Sony Bravia, the A80J or A90J, whichever one's the newest one. They're on the same price. The Sony is about $100 more, but anyways, getting to the point. The first Blu-ray on this collection update is 2001: A Space Odyssey. I've never seen this movie. I've only seen the first part where the monkeys beat the shit out of each other, and then, a huge monolith appears. I watched that in school, so you know what? What's not the best way to watch an IMAX not IMAX, but a 70mm film movie made, by Stanley Kubrick in 4K. So I'm excited to get into that. Next is Blade Runner. I recently watched a few moments of this movie, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I've been enamored with this film. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been enamored since I watched that VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to 4K comparison videos. Those are amazing. I love watching those videos. Spend many hours just watching all the movies I've loved and want to check out on those comparison videos. Next is the sequel, I guess you can say, to The Shining, and it is Dr. Sleep. Again, a movie I haven't seen yet, but I'm really interested to dig into this. Love me some Ewan McGregor, love me some Shining, so I can't wait to dig into this. Dr. Sleep. When this first came out, I was working at the movie theater, so I didn't really have time to watch movies, but hopefully this is a good a good selection or a good pickup. Next is Ghostbusters on 4K. October's coming quite soon, so I'm really tempted. I'm really excited to delve into the spooky, scary skeletons and ghosts. Not really a spooky movie, but fits with the theme of Halloween and stuff. So yeah, can't go wrong with 4K. Should I get Ghostbusters 2? I didn't really like it that as much as I did with the first Ghostbusters, but you never know. Got this cheap at a flea market for about $10, so worth the pickup, and it comes with a nice little slipcover. Next is the Tim Burton 1989 Batman film. You are my number one guy. I love me some Jack Nicholson as Joker, one of my favorite Jokers, next to Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto. Jared Leto. Dark Knight. So yeah, I love me some Joker. Love me some Batman 89. One of the first films I've seen, because I really got into superhero movies when I first watched SpiderMan. So I can't wait to watch this on 4K. Made on film, I believe Super 35mm. So can't wait to watch it. It has a nice little, shiny slipcover to it. So yeah. Next is Alien on 4K. Got this at Best Buy for a good deal. It was like $19 for a 4K in Canada. That's a pretty good price. Haven't seen this movie since I watched it on my phone, so can't wait to watch it on 4K, get the full experience of it, and yeah. They say in space no one can hear you scream. Hopefully I don't scream from how scary and how immersed I am in this movie. Next is the 2018's Halloween. A good sequel. A lot of people had really high hopes for this. I came in with really low expectations coming from the Rob Zombie films. Now, to be fair, I actually didn't mind the Rob Zombie films. They're a lot better than the older original timeline films. So, you have to give and take with what you want. You can't have such high expectations every time. You got to go in with low expectations, because that's the meaning of life. Go in with low expectations and get surprised by the littlest amounts of effort. So, Halloween 2018. I pre-ordered the part 1 and part 2 on Amazon, because here in Canada we don't really have a retail outlet to pre-order them. No Best Buy pre-orders, at least so far. It comes out next month. So yeah, Halloween 2018. Next is We're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. Like a dog's eyes. Jaws. I had this originally on Blu-ray, and I love the transfer, so I can't wait to see what the 4K has in store. Great little slipcover. and I believe it's the same artwork. Yeah, it's the same art on the front. So pretty nice. Again, got this at the flea market for about 18 bucks, about a couple dollars cheaper than retail. So you can't go wrong. Jaws. Next is the Spider-Man Sam Raimi trilogy. I'm gonna do an unboxing and overview on these films because not a lot of people have talked about this on YouTube. So I got Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. I opened it up because I wanted to make sure if I got the editor's cut, but it doesn't come with the editor's cut. The other I'll put it here, but the other cuts, like the other 4K sets, Spider-Man 3 is the 3.1 version on the standard Blu-ray. Apparently it's better. I don't know. I don't really mind this movie too much, but to be fair, I haven't watched it since like middle school, so I can't really tell you that. But amazing films, love the films. Next is the original Star Wars trilogy. I got these all at Best Buy, and I really wanted the slipcover because it's embossed, and I found this and this very easily, but finding Return was very hard because a lot of them didn't have the slipcover. So thankfully I got the slipcover, and I can't wait to rediscover my favorite films on 4K. All these are made on film, so it should be really nice. I watched a movie I'll talk about later, but next is Avengers Infinity War. Still haven't checked this movie out. I watched this on my phone. Again, a lot of these films I watched on my phone, so I'll probably be amazed by the immersion quality of watching it on a 65-inch OLED. But Infinity War, hands down, one of my favorite Avengers movies out of the four. I like the first one. I'd say Infinity War, the first Avengers, Endgame, and then Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was pretty forgettable. It's kind of a setup to Civil War. Civil War was a lot better movie, but I told myself I wasn't gonna get the MCU films until Black Friday. But you know what? I like the slipcover. Sometimes you can't really find slipcovers on Black Friday, so worth the pickup. Next is The Joker, one of my favorite movies of 2019. In fact, my favorite movie of 2019. It beats out Endgame hands down. A lot of people call this a boring movie. I don't know why. I think maybe people were expecting some certain mayhem, and it's an origin story, so you gotta be slow, build the character up, and then have the mayhem. Hopefully the sequel maybe has more of those plot points of mayhem and destruction. The ending scene in Joker has a lot of destruction, mayhem, killing Robert De Niro's character and all that stuff, and then there's a whole riot afterwards. But you know what? Worth it on 4K. Films at Home said this is his one of his favorite 4K transfers, so I'm excited to see it. I don't know if it was made on film. I think it is. It reminds me a lot of a Scorsese movie, and I can't wait to rewatch this movie because I haven't seen it since theaters, so hopefully it holds up. Next is King Kong, starring Jack Black, Naomi Watts, and Adrian Brody. I haven't seen this movie in over maybe 15 years since it came out. I remember renting this at Blockbuster and then renting it again on Rogers On Demand. One of the first movies I decided to rent, so I'm excited to see if it holds up. A lot of reviewers say it doesn't really hold up because it's really early CGI. Not really early, but 2005 CGI. It makes it stand out more. So I love myself some Adrian Brody, love me some Jack Black, and love me some Naomi Watts. So how can you go wrong? Next is 1917, a great movie. One of the best top tier action movies, war movies I've seen so far. And it looked really good on the TV. Can't wait to rediscover it when I get my new OLED. And comes with a nice little shiny slipcover. I love the contrast between like the grays and the really faded color to the 1917 having that like horizon background with the blues and the orange tints to the reds and stuff. It looks really nice. It shines out more than just having it on the disc itself. Now, next is the 10 Commandments. I still haven't seen this movie, but a really big budget, huge movie made on 70 millimeter in the 1950s. A great movie. It's a religious movie, I think. It takes place in Egypt, I think. I have no idea. I'm not really well known with religious stories. But my dad likes these type of movies. Can't wait to get into this really good old school film on 4K. Can't really go wrong. Next was a pretty big letdown. was Bumblebee, starring John Cena. Not really, and Bumblebee and a girl. I don't remember their names. Pretty forgettable. Decent movie. The action scenes were absolutely amazing. Like the fight scenes between the different Transformers were amazing. But there's too much stagnant plot that didn't really go anywhere. There isn't really actual plot in the movie. And a lot of people were like, oh, we want Transformers movie with heart and story and character. Well, this is too much of it, in my opinion. As the box office showed, it wasn't a flop, but it didn't make as much money as the normal Transformers movies do. And to be honest, I really don't mind the Transformers movies. I watch them in the same vein as like Fast and Furious movies. What kind of movie are you expecting? You know, it's a fucking Transformers movie. I mean, it's based off a toy, so I mean, I guess fans can have high hopes for these, but I mean, it's okay. And next is Full Metal Jacket. I got this recently on my what's it called, on my Labor Day sale. I got this for about $36. One of the most expensive 4Ks I've bought on 4K. I already said that, on Blu-ray. But you know, worth it for the slip. Iconic Stanley Kubrick movie, war film. Love me some war films. Vietnam era, amazing slip. Great. Stars a guy from Law and Order, Criminal Intent. So, who's also in Daredevil. He's Kingpin in Daredevil. So you know, I'm excited to check out this movie. Next is John Wick. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. This was pretty cheap. It was like $15. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pull the trigger, get it. You know, let me some John Wick. I haven't seen the other movies in the series, so rediscovering this movie on 4K should be pretty good. Then last but not least is the Dark Knight trilogy. You know, HDR 4K Blu-ray IMAX. Oh, IMAX film transferred to 4K is absolutely fucking amazing. Absolutely beautiful movie. I can't wait to rediscover this. I haven't seen these movies since I watched them in the theater. Can you believe that? So, yeah, I remember being disappointed. It comes with all 3 Dark Knight movies. Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. I remember being very disappointed in Dark Knight Rises. I couldn't see this movie in the theaters because someone decided to be a fucking crazy asshole and kill a bunch of innocent people, pretending he was the Joker. So, yeah, how about no? So, I watched it on Blu-ray like a year later, and it was okay. It wasn't worth the hype for being the end-all be-all of Batman movies to conclude such an amazing trilogy. It was kind of a letdown, but not as much as a letdown as Spider-Man 3. But I have to give this a rewatch. I just didn't like the way that Bane gets killed off. Just like he's all this one as a huge badass, and then he just gets shot, and no one references him ever again. And then I like the ending where Batman and Catwoman get married, but besides that, it was a pretty big letdown. I remember a lot of good action scenes, a lot of good acting and stuff. I prefer my Batman to be a badass, and it shows him in a different light. The whole gulag type scenes and stuff weren't my favorite, but I mean, it's adversity for such a badass character. Yeah, so the Dark Knight trilogy, that has been all of my, I can't even stack these all up, but there's this, and then there's a whole other stack over there. And so yeah, safe to say I love me some 4K Blu-ray. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what picks would you pick up, and which ones from my collection, at least from what I've gotten so far, should I have stayed away from. I'm thinking King Kong was a waste of money, but it's $10 and it looks cool. So you know. Anyways, that has been the Mockbuster. I am Mason Khan. Thank you so much for watching another video of mine. Please leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll be coming out with a lot more Blu-ray hunting reviews, movie reviews, initial impressions, maybe trailer reactions. I don't know. I don't really like watching trailers because it kind of spoils a lot of the movie for you. But yeah, a lot of content coming on the way. I'm thinking of going full on ham into the YouTube sphere. I only have 6 subscribers, so please subscribe. Show your boys some support. And yeah, thank you so much for watching another Mockbuster video. Have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. Please stay safe, God bless, and have a great time whenever you're watching this. Thank you.